Hi, this is Cathy with Let's Hoop It Together with Mighty Hoops. And today I'm going to talk about the 14 by 14 Mighty Hoop. And this is for brother and baby lock users. The hoop is just made a little bit differently. It's a flat hoop. And I'm going to bring you down here and show you so you can get an idea of what I am talking about. So the bracket is on the bottom hoop rather than the top hoop. So when you hoop it, whatever you're doing is going to lay flat. And as we go along, you'll see that. And I'm going to be hooping on my station, and you'll see it's flat rather than usually it's tipped up like this. And to get that to happen, what I did was there's a screw here on the side and then wing nuts. And I just moved, there's 3 positions, so you can have it tilted up or tilted higher in this position. And I just took it down to the very first position so that I can lay it flat. And I like to do that when I'm working on quilts or blankets, anything, big and flat. So to get started, I did position it to save time, and pretty much it's the widest position. So the bottom hoop is gonna get placed down, and to position these, this is the standard station adjustable fixture. There's a bottom piece and a top piece, and the bottom piece screws in with these 2 little screws right here, and then the top piece, it adjusts. There's 2 screws underneath here, and you just unscrew them and then it slides back and forth like that. So it's pretty easy to do. So when you put your hoop in, and it's a little off right now because I just moved it, but you just undo it and then you just tighten it, pull it, the station tight, and then tighten the screws underneath. So the hoop is all set now. And then you take your stabilizer, and these little flaps are magnetic. So it's really nice that the stabilizer gets held in place. So now my stabilizer is held in place, and I'm just to show you, I'm just doing a plain piece of fabric. This isn't going to be anything really fabulous or anything, but just to show you how this is all done. So I'm just going to smooth this all out. And 14 by 14 doesn't really have a tab, so it's because it's going to go either way. So I just want to keep my fingers back, so I'm just kind of fanning my fingers out, and then I just dropped it down. Caught my sleeve in it, but I dropped it down, and I'm really ready to go. So I'm going to take this over to the machine, and I did split my design in my software, and I have Floriani software. Most people do 𝙈𝙤𝙜𝙝𝙗𝙗𝙗, so I can't really speak to 𝙈𝙤𝙜𝙝𝙗𝙗, but you just put it in your software, follow the steps for your software. That's all going to be different per software, so I'm not really going to speak to that in demonstrating, but I'll move the camera over to the machine and I will show you how to put this on the machine. So let me just stop this for a second and I'll get reset up over there. Okay, we're at my embroidery machine, and I do want to mention that you do need to change to your B arm to get this 14 by 14. Make sure I don't bump the tripod to put the 14 by 14 hoop on. So let me get this on here for you. So we're all set, and I have my pattern on the screen. Let me see if I can, sorry. Might be easier if I just take this off the tripod. So I've got my pattern on the screen. I just did a quick little heart to show you, just a quick little stitch out. So it's all ready to go. Okay, I've got my first design all set up for you. Sorry, I've got some glare on the screen there. Talk about user error. I was just struggling. I didn't put my second screw in. Now I've got it all set. And I did set my tubular hoop support up to hold my hoop. You always want to use your table or the tubular hoop support. So I've got that all adjusted, and I'm going to go ahead and go from there. So I'm going to see what needle I am going to do. And I'm going to change from 1 to, let's go to 3 so you can really see the color. And let's go. And my software does a line across, and I'm gonna skip the line. You can see it right up here in my software. It's gonna take a line across, and I'd rather use my camera instead of picking out stitches. I would really just rather not pick out stitches in my design. So I'm gonna skip over that. So I'm gonna stop it here. This gets also complicated, so with the videoing. So what I needed to show you was, so after I got the first side stitched out, so now I need to rotate my hoop, and I'll be putting it back on the arms of my machine. And it's all ready to go again. So now I just have to line it up with my camera. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll get right back to you. So I wanted to show you how I'm able to, sorry, it's just hard to hold and be steady. But you can see how I can move my design with my camera. So I can get it. So I can still let you see and I can be able to see. And I want it to overlap just a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and start stitching. Make sure I can just see. I'm gonna do a trace like we've always been talking about. I forgot to do that before to show you, but this is a trace just to show that all the needle is clear too. The number 1 needle is down lower, and you can see that the whole stitching field is clear. And I'm also gonna skip that, the basting line that's going across here. Sorry, it's a little choppy. So you can see how you can split a design. On the so this is how you can split a design on the 14 by 14 hoop. And I finished, and I've finished. And this was really, really simple. I just did a little heart shape for you guys just to quickly show you how I do it. And it's really about software, more about the mechanics, but I wanted to show you how you put it on your machine. I did use the tubular hoop support, and I did bring it out to the full width of the hoop to support it. And then when you get halfway, the first half done was, although it was flipped, but the first half was this side, and then I physically turn it, and then I do the other side after I line it up with my camera. You can do it with the camera, you can do it with the snowman, you can do it multiple ways. So that is how I did the 14 by 14. And also talking about, just to reiterate about flat, if this was a big quilt, and I'll show you, like if this was a quilt going, you know, all the way, it would lay flat all the way across. Whereas our other hoops that we hoop with, and getting back to the fact that the bracket is on the bottom hoop. Our other hoops, the brackets are on the top hoop, so our clothing drape down into the bed of our machine, and then it's tubular. So keep in mind when you buy a 14 by 14 hoop that you wouldn't want to slip a t-shirt or a hoodie or something on here because it's not going to drape down. They're not, I wouldn't recommend doing a t-shirt or a hoodie on a 14 by 14. It would be pretty difficult. I know some people do it, and then you have to kind of curl the shirts up on the edges, kind of like how we do shirts on the flatbed machines. So it's a lot harder, but you can do it a lot harder, but just wanted to warn you about that. These are what they call a flat hoop. So I hope that's helpful, and if you have any questions, you can ask it in the group or you can message me. So thanks, everyone.